Hello folks, hope you're doing well. So this one is going to be based upon, well, obviously coming around the corner is the American election, and I have done videos about that, talking about Joe Biden needs to step down. I mean, it was obvious that he had to step down, that it was only a matter of time, and that's because of the fact that he looked as if he was having issues with dementia, and you can't have a president elect in that situation, because no, it's okay having a grandfather or grandmother or even a father that's it's not okay, isn't, you don't want those people to go through that, but if that's the case, then okay, I mean, it is what it is, but you don't want the leader of a major nation in the world having issues like that. So anyway, so this one, do I care what happens in the American election? No. Not at all. And I would certainly say to people in other areas of the world, even people in America, don't worry about it. Don't worry about what may or may not happen in that election. Because if you're supposed to worry about it, then God will give you a solution to it. Because God is not going to put worry on you for something that you can't do anything about. Right? Now, I was thinking about this earlier and realising something. The fact that I don't care about any of this stuff anymore is going to help me not to react. Because, about a year ago, Father said, if you want to stop eating from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, then stop reacting. Because you eat from that tree when you react, and your reaction is about judging from good and evil, saying that thing's good, that thing's evil. So obviously, if I care about the election in America, I'm going to say from either side that I think one side is good. You hear it all the time. Republicans say Trump is great, Kamala Harris is evil. Democrats say Trump is evil, Kamala Harris is great. So one's good, one's evil, according to whatever side you're on. They are therefore continuing to eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, right? Yeah. So you see it. Well, if you're in America and you watch any of your news, you will see constantly, depending upon what side you're on, that the other side is portrayed as evil, your side portrayed as good. So what would be good for the country is your side being voted for. What would be evil or bad for the country would be the other side being voted for. Yeah. We just had in the UK election, I didn't care. Now, part of the reason I didn't care is because I knew it was what it's going to be anyway. It was obvious it was going to be Labour, because the Tories had been in for, 15 years? It was close to about 15 years, I think. That they've been in for. And that was after Labour were in for a massive sway of time. So we've had the Labour Party in for about 3 terms. Then we've had the Tories in for about 3 terms. And what you've seen typically is that with regards to British politics, you'll have a leader that you know that the British public will not vote for. You know that. So when it's supposed to be Tories winning it, you had a leader of the Labour Party that you knew that nobody would vote for. You just knew that. Same when Labour were in, you just knew that the person in charge of the Tory party, you knew that people weren't going to vote for him. No chance at all. And that ended up being reality. One side had someone who was charismatic and likeable. The other side had someone who... No, there were reasons why. It wasn't necessarily they weren't charismatic. But there was something, and there was something that wasn't right there. With Labour, they had the Miliband brothers. One of them could have been the leader, and the other one could never win an election. They voted for the one that couldn't win an election to be the leader of the Labour Party, while his brother could have won the election. But their party didn't vote for him. Well, you knew as soon as that was the case that the Labour Party would not win the next election. I say with British politics, that's easy to see. With American politics, it was fairly easy to see until Donald Trump won. And the reason why is because I think most people assumed that the people in the centre would come out to stop Donald Trump winning, because there's no way that they would let him win. And I think the problem is, the reason why he did win is because the majority of people in America thought the same. And therefore an awful lot of people that were going to normally vote for Hillary didn't come out, thinking they didn't need to, because everyone else was going to come out and vote for Hillary. So there was a load of people that were going to vote that didn't. But the reality is, it doesn't matter whether Hillary is a Democrat or Trump is a Republican. You've got someone who is a TV personality, who is very loud, very brash, who had said on the election he won before that, he had said some outrageous things that should turn most of the people in the centre against him. But those people didn't come out and vote. So, yeah. The people that wanted Trump did come out and vote, and that made all the difference. In the next election, the people realised, okay, we've got to come out and vote, because last time when we didn't, he got in. So, now, let's see what they do this time. I think Harris is going to win. And I'm not saying that because at the moment she's in the lead, but I think she's going to win because the other side is extreme right. And yeah, I think it very much is the case if the Republican Party had a right of centre leader with a running person who was also right of centre, they'd win. They would win. People in the world have been quite fed up with the extreme left-wing agenda. So therefore, someone right of centre would have won. The problem is, extreme right is not an answer that people are willing to go for the answer to the extreme left. They want someone who's pretty much in the centre. Kamala Harris is in the centre. So, yeah. When you look at world events, that probably is the case. But if that doesn't happen, if Trump gets it, okay. As I say, the reality is, God is not going to put worry on you if he's not going to put a solution there for you. So therefore, I'm not going to worry about it. It's not my problem. Well, as I say, the same as the church right now. The way I see the church is quite simple. I'm not concerned about the church. I'm not worried about the church in any way, shape or form. Because I know right now, God has not told me it's my job to do anything about it. So if it's not my job to do anything about it, I'm not going to be concerned about it. It's not my problem. Not in any way, shape or form. My job is simply to do and to say what God tells me to do and say. That's it. That's it. All the rest of the stuff, that's up to him to decide what he's going to do about it and who he's going to use. If it's not me, then none of that is my concern at all. None of it. So, there you go. I'll leave it to it. You take care. God bless. I'll speak to you soon. Have a fantastic week, and don't worry about stuff that you can't do anything about. That really is the point. If you can't do anything about it, don't worry. Take care. God bless. Bye.